But the main thing is, me and Spencer had a big disagreement on Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum, and then also Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul. And hey, this isn't the entire population of the world, but I put up 2 Twitter polls, and yes, it is my followers, so they probably, you could say they might have maybe similar views to me because they follow me, but I retweeted it on other accounts. I wanted to get as much engagement as possible. We got 17 votes on both polls, and it was 71% to 29% on Jimmy Butler being better than Jason Tatum on defense, and then for Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook on creating shots for others, Chris Paul won 65 to 35. And I thought the polls were actually pretty indicative because I think that there's a bigger gap on defense between Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum, but I think that gap is a little bit smaller between Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. Do I still think that there's really much of an argument? Me personally, no. Just with what we've seen Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook do by themselves, yes, when Westbrook is beside a star and an offensive threat like James Harden, he's going to be better at getting the ball to others because there's a lot of focus on James Harden and himself, for that matter. I don't want to take that away from him, but I just think that what Chris Paul has done with the Thunder this year by himself, and what he's done, even so this year, I know we were talking about right now, and I was just about to reference, obviously, whole career, it's Chris Paul. I don't think really most people would argue that. But even this season, I just think what Chris Paul has done to run that Thunder offense and set his teammates up is more impressive than what Russ has done this year, because Chris is doing it, well, yes, he has young, future stars and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's really it. I mean, he has Gallo, who's a certified bucket, and then he's got Steven Adams, and then, Andre Roberson and Dennis Schroeder. There's some other shooters on there, like Abdel Nader can make some shots and some other guys, but not, top-tier guys. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the closest thing he has to a star, and that's still nothing. Like, he's not even, like, I love Shai, but he's not even in the same stratosphere as James Harden yet. So, and notice I say yet, because I think that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can be a superstar one day. Right now, no, that's not the case. But yeah, I just think what Chris Paul has done this year is just straight up more impressive.